The big news that's coming out of Chennai is that the CBI is conducting searches at the house of MK Stalin and also his political secretary, Raja Shankar. This is in connection with a complaint from the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence. This relates to the illegal import of foreign cars, of luxury cars, possibly of evading customs duties worth 20 crore rupees. Those searches are currently being conducted, and of course they're being looked at with a political eyepiece as well as to why they have come just 2 days after the DMK has pulled out of the government, the ministers resigning yesterday. Well, Stalin has also spoken. Stalin clearly saying that these searches that are being conducted by the CBI coming just 2 days after the DMK pulling out shows what the Congress is up to.
நீங்க கூட்டணில இருந்து வெளியே வந்தோடனே சிபிஐ ரைட்ஸ் அப்படின்னு நடக்குது, என்ன காரணம்?
நீங்களே சொல்லிட்டீங்களா? நீங்களே தான் சொல்லிட்டீங்களா? கூட்டணியில இருந்து நேற்று இரவு வெளியில வந்திருக்கிறோம். ஆக இது அரசியல் நோக்கத்தோட ஏதோ பழி வாங்கக்கூடிய மிரட்டல் உருட்டல் நடக்கிறாங்க. இதை சட்டப்படி சந்திப்போம்.
என்ன ரீசன்காக ரைட்ஸ் பண்றாங்க
தெரியல, இனிமேதான் தெரியும். நீங்க வந்து சிபிஐ ஆபீசர்ட்ட கேட்டுங்க, சிபிஐ ஆபீசர்ட்ட கேளுங்க.
Sam Daniel now joins us from Chennai. Sam, though the CBI and the DRI are saying this is relating to customs duty being evaded, possibly a larger case involved, but the eyebrows that are being raised is why is it coming 2 days after the DMK pulled out?
That's right, Amitabh. In fact, I am right outside MK Stalin's house on Senatov Road in Chennai, where a few hundred party cadre have joined here. The CBI search operation is over. Some time back, the officials left, but they say it's part of a crackdown on import of luxury cars and regarding duty evasion. And Stalin is not just the one person to be facing this search operation, but many others. But politically, the DMK says it's clearly a case of political vendetta coming just 2 days after the party called it quits for its alliance with the UPA. And searches are also on at Stalin's political secretary and a close associate, Raja Shankar, in another part of Chennai. And officials say this is regarding an import of a luxury car by Stalin's family. Stalin's family says there's nothing hanky-panky about the import of that particular car. Their records are clear and they will face it legally. But the party is certainly making this a huge political issue. How come the Congress can have this done just 2 days after the party quit the UPA? But officials say this search is based on a complaint given by the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, and it's purely coincidental. But certainly the big question is whether the Congress or the UPA is turning the heat against the DMK just after the party called it quits. Amitabh.
And in terms of the searches, Sam, have they seized anything? Have they seized any luxury car?
No information on that. The officials have left. Basically, the search, we understand, was for some crucial documents regarding the purchase of these cars and regarding the kind of duty they had paid or not paid. So at this point in time, not maybe in a while we would have a clear picture on what kind of documents the officials were able to collect from through these search operations here, Amitabh. But the Stalin side says they have not taken away any documents or recovered any kind of documents here.
Sam, you mentioned that Stalin supporters had gathered at the residence. Can you tell us a little bit more? Can we actually see them?
Amitabh, I couldn't hear. Can you come again, please?
I was just asking you whether we can see those. You said that Stalin supporters have gathered there at his residence.
That's right. We have around 300 supporters of Stalin gathered outside his residence, and this is right from around 7 o'clock this morning, we understand. And Stalin's house normally bustles with activity, with he meeting his speakers in the morning. But having heard of this particular search today, quite a number of people have gathered. They just blame it on the UPA. They call it as political vendetta. But the CBI clarifying that this is just a routine activity, routine investigation for them. in terms of investigation into import of luxury cars.
Vedyanathan is also
evading-
joining us. Sam, I'll just come back to you. Whether you have Mr. Elongavan with you, they are alleging this is a vendetta. They are alleging that the CBI is being misused.
Exactly. So I'm just joined by Mr. TK Selangovan, senior MP from DMK and also party organizing secretary. Mr. Selangovan, today what has happened? How do you see the timing? Is it a revenge by Congress?
It is definitely a revenge by Congress. Yesterday we had withdrawn our support. Today they are sending CBI for a raid. Means what else can be stated? As was already the other opposition parties were telling that CBI is only a Congress Bureau of Investigation. Congress has today proved that CBI is the Congress Bureau of Investigation.
Secondly, CBI comes under the Prime Minister as well as the Minister, DOPT Minister, Mr. Narayan Swamy. Do you think this raids could have happened without the permission of the Prime Minister or the higher-ups?
Definitely the CBI is under the control of the Prime Minister, and without the permission of the Prime Minister, particularly when this is a political raid on a political party leader, they should have definitely sought the permission of the, they would have definitely sent it to the knowledge of the Prime Minister, and without the concurrence of Prime Minister, I think this would not have happened.
Secondly, now what is your stand today in Rajya Sabha? Budget discussion has to be taken up. Will DMK, after this raid, will allow budget to be passed?
We will definitely raise. There are many issues which the DMK is waiting to raise. Yesterday we had raised certain issues which the government did not come out with a reply. They did not allow us to raise the issue. We will definitely raise certain issues which is more important than the budget for us and for the Tamils in the Sri Lanka.
Will you allow the government to pass the budget?
No, we will definitely raise the issue and we will stall the parliament. We will not support the government in the budget.
What about the women's bill which is being taken up in Rajya Sabha today? What will happen?
No, today our important issue is that the raid. And since tomorrow, I think the UNHRC is going to vote on a resolution. See, these two things are more important, most important, because it is concerned with lakhs and lakhs of Sri Lankan Tamils who are suffering in the hands of the Sri Lanka government. And the raid, which is a clear case of vengeance or pressure tactics which the Congress government is taking up, is doing. So all these two things are more important for the DMK.
Secondly, sir, it's being reported and everyone is saying that Mr. Stalin is behind that sudden withdrawal. When Mr. Chidambaram said what happened within 2 hours, then it is said Mr. Stalin is behind the sudden withdrawal. So does it mean to just attack him?
See, I don't know what the lakhs and lakhs of DMK cadres were bursting crackers and were happy. Can the CBI go to each and every house and conduct a raid on them? See, this is absurd and absolutely the Congress policy of vengeance, which has to be condemned in toto.
Thanks, Mr. Elon. That was Mr. Elon making himself very clear. DMK, it will be tough for DMK to support the government, particularly in the parliament in allowing the budget. And he also terms it's Congress Bureau of Investigation, what BJP has been terming. Amitabh?